Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am Venruki and I am going to be going over some of the PvP changes that have just been introduced today. Sort of talking about how this is going to shift the meta and sort of the overall balance of PvP in general. So the first change is for Druids. Now Shred as well as Rake got a little bit of a damage hit. Shred now deals 25% bonus damage from stealth, down from 50%, and Rake now deals an additional 50% damage while on stealth, down from 100%. So a little bit of a damage nerf on Shred as well as Rake. Much bigger, more important change is Enraged Maim. That really annoying crowd control Feral Druids would do. They would run around, they'd end cap, Enrage Maim one person, go around, Enrage Maim another person. It was just a really short cooldown CC that was really obnoxious to deal with. So it got huge nerfs. Enraged Maim now costs 5 combo points, so before it cost 0 combo points, now it costs 5 combo points, which is a big difference because now you really sacrifice your damage in order to get off that crowd control. Enraged Maim also only lasts 5 seconds, down from 6, so not only does it cost combo points, it also lasts a little bit less, and it also has a 10-second cooldown, so it got big changes. 10-second cooldown up from 6 seconds, so cooldown went up. The fact that it costs no combo points, now it's 5 combo points, and the duration actually got lowered as well. Moonfire is also reduced by 20% in PvP from the Lunar Inspiration talent, and Ferocious Wound only reduces maximum health by 15%, down from 25%. So these are pretty significant Feral Druid nerfs. They may have been over-nerfed, potentially. I feel like Feral Druids are going to struggle in arenas because they're still relatively squishy. Maybe they might have some comps that are still good. We'll have to see. Like, I could see maybe comps like Feral Mage Paladin still being relatively good. For Demon Hunter, they changed Imprisonment, so now it only lasts 3 seconds, down from 4, so a little bit of a nerf there. Just the instant CC being brought down a little bit. In addition to that, Detainment increases Imprison's cooldown to 45 seconds, up from 30 seconds, so now I believe their Imprison actually went up in cooldown. Yeah, another nerf. Their Imprison has a higher cooldown. So Demon Hunter damage didn't really get tough, but their crowd control was hit a little bit. So it seems like Blizzard's trying to hit some of that instant cast crowd control. For monks, Mistweaver monks got some really big buffs. They were one of the weaker healers in this patch. Now they're seeming really strong. Blizzard, they always like to do this. They always like to put buff after buff after buff on a class, or nerf after nerf after nerf. Like, I feel like Feral Druids may have been over nerfed, and now Mistweaver monks potentially may have been over buffed. They got 5% versatility, so that's some survivability, as well as some additional healing. Their PvP template armor went up by 10%, so they got some bonus armor, increasing their survivability. Mistweavers are really susceptible to dying and stuns, so that's definitely going to help them. And mana regeneration went up by 5% in PvP, so they did struggle with their mana in the past. Now it's going to be a little bit better with that 5%. And then Life Cocoon's Absorb was increased by 10%, so a little bit of buff on Life Cocoon. So they got versatility, which is increased healing, reduction in damage, the armor, which is a reduction in damage, mana regeneration helps their efficiency a little bit, making them last longer in arena, and then Life Cocoon buff as well. So all these buffs are really big for Mistweavers, and because of that, I feel like Mistweavers are going to be really strong. I think comps like Mistweaver TSG, like the Warrior, the Death Knight, the Mistweaver, like Thunder, Elemental Shaman, Warrior Mistweaver, Turbo Cleave, the traditional Mistweaver, Enhancement Shaman, Warrior. I think they're going to have a lot of really strong comps, and I think Mistweavers are definitely going to be phased back into the meta. Next change we're going to be going over is Holy Paladins. Avenged Crusader heals for 175% damage, down from 200. So Avenged Crusader lost some of its damage, which means it lost some of its healing from damage, which, I mean, it's pretty significant. Right now, Avenged Crusader arguably maybe too strong. While Wings is up, it seems like no one can really die, so maybe that nerf was all right. The thing for Paladins, though, is a lot of Paladins I play against, they play the Blessed Hand, so this is a change that really doesn't affect that specialization at all. So Paladins will still be strong in comps where they do play like the Blessed Hands. So comps like Feral Shadow Priest Paladin, or some of these Wizard Cleaves that we've been seeing pop up all over the place, like Elemental Shaman Moonkin Paladin is another one. I think Paladins will still have comps where they're going to be all right. Now for Restoration Shaman, Earth Shield got a change. Earth Shield damage reduction went down to 10%. It was 15% before. So when you put Earth Shield on a target, they got 10%, or they used to get 15% damage reduction. Now it's 10%, so it's a little bit of a nerf to Restoration Shaman. Before we move forward, like I think that, I mean, all the healers were decent except Mistweavers. I would say Paladins and Shamans were probably the strongest in this current patch, in my opinion, from what I've seen. Now with the nerf to Shaman, with a nerf to Paladin, although Paladins didn't really get a nerf with the Blessed Hands, just the Avenging Crusader that got nerfed. I think Mistweavers could go from being potentially one of the worst healers to one of the best, so definitely keep an eye out for Mistweaver, and if there's ever a time you wanted to play Mistweaver, this would probably be a very good one. Lastly of these changes, Destruction Warlocks got a little bit of a change. Chaos Bolt damage was reduced by 10% in PvP, so Chaos Bolt's damage was nerfed, and then Focused Chaos, which basically makes it so your Chaos Bolt doesn't split on Havoc targets. Its damage was reduced to 65%, down from 75%. So Focused Chaos got nerfed, and Chaos Bolt overall got nerfed, which I think is pretty good. Right now, Destro Warlocks, they really focus on getting those one-shot kills with the Chaos Bolt. That has been taken down a little bit, and sort of as compensation, what they did, I guess, was increase their PvP intellect by 6%, so that might offset some of the Chaos Bolt nerfs and buff their other damage, you know, coming from Immolator, whether they're spells or demonic portals that those Destruction Warlocks use. One more change they got is Firestone increases critical strike chance by 65%, down from 75%, so I guess they got a little bit of a crit nerf as well. So crits went down, Chaos Bolt went down, Focus Chaos went down, but their overall PvP intellect went up by 6%, which is actually, it's not a bad amount. That's a considerable amount of intellect to go up, so I think Destruction Warlocks will probably still be good. Their one-shot will just be a little bit less ridiculous, but they're still exceptionally tanky. You know, they have good utility with their roots, with the Death Coil, so I don't think we're going to be seeing the Destruction Warlocks fall off the map. Could be wrong about that, but we'll see. Yeah, just in summary, like I said, I think there's going to be a shift in the healer meta a little bit. Mistweavers could possibly go from being one of the worst healers to one of the best healers. Destruction Warlocks got a little bit of tuning in the way their damage is dealt. Chaos Bolt went down, but their overall damage potentially maybe went up with the intellect change. We'll have to see. And then for Druids, they lost a little bit of damage coming from Stealth, and Enraged Maim got decimated. It's like it. I don't even know if many Druids will end up playing that talent, but I still think Ferals will have some decent comps. And then for Demon Hunters, their crowd control went down a little bit. So Imprisonment went down to 3 seconds from 4, and Detainment, which was the thing that decreased the cooldown on Imprisonment, it's now going to be a 45-second cooldown instead of a 30-second cooldown. So some instant CC nerfs. But yeah, really looking forward to playing against many Mistweavers. I hope you guys enjoyed this little update. Thank you very much for watching. If you ever want to check out my stream, it is twitch.tv/Venruki. YouTube is youtube.com/Venruki. If you guys have any questions, feel free to post. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you guys have an excellent day.